Well, here we are, WTC Winch Truck Challenge, round number 3. This is stage 1. I'm going to take you through every truck in stage 1. And this is the first truck, TNT Racing. For Lieutenant Hegler driving and going straight over that jump flat out. No backing off in this 6.1 V8. It's a big beast. Coming around the back of the property. Now this stage 1 is a speed stage. There's no winching involved in this. It's the very first stage on Saturday morning, and it's a great opportunity for the drivers to get into it. A bit of a heart starter. Around the back of the property, across the creek, around some pretty fast roads. A few rough bits around the place as well. And this is the last little section before they head along the fence and back to the finish line. TNT Racing heading off. Now, as I said, we're going to cover every car from the WTC round 3 in this stage, and the second car onto this stage is B&B Racing. And Nissan Patrol B&B Racing have chosen to compete in for the WTC. And this section of the track, fairly fast leading up to this quite difficult entry into the creek. Now, as they come up to this creek here, it looks quite shallow and it's a bit tricky, and the drivers probably think that they're going to go through it easily. And as you can see, it's quite deep. In fact, having some issues here with the truck. Maybe not the waterproof away again. Next truck into the stage is the only Jeep in this competition, and that's General Jeep. Coming up to this jump, let's see how they go. Last minute back off there, over that jump very slowly. I guess that's probably the best way to take it. The last thing you want to do is going damaging your vehicle early on in the competition. Let's see how they go across this water here. And taking it very easy across the water. Once again, obviously don't want to do any damage here on this first stage. The Jeep is away. Anthony Dow from Sundown Racing is next into the stage. Going fairly quickly here. Another last minute back off before that jump in his GQ Patrol. Hitting that water very hard. And in fact, looks like it's got a bit of water into the system because it's having a few problems, but it seems to be going okay now. Pump and Grunter next. Now this is actually a GU patrol, the only GU patrol. Plenty of GQs, but not too many GUs. Another one back, taking it easy. This is Fatty and Dozer running in this truck into that water. Very deep. As I say, it looks a lot shallower than it actually is. This used to be a wagon, it's been cut down into a ute. 36-inch centipede tyres on it. Most of these trucks have front and rear locks on them. Not that they'll be using their lockers in this particular stage. That'll come later when we get to the winch section of the WTC event. Now listen to this thing go. This is a V8, 5-litre V8. Going over that jump without any back off at all. That's the way we like to see it. And this thing sounds fantastic, and I guess that 5-litre V8 really does sing along nicely. This thing's got 37-inch trapdoors on it. Not that that really helps in this stage. It's more about getting through that water crossing without any issues. Toyota Land Cruiser. Sounds fantastic. And the next truck through is a Range Rover, father and son team. Over the jump without too much difficulty, Bob and Aidan Cameron in the bit. Zoo 4x4 are next. Matt Shields driving. As they come up to the jump, let's see how they take this. Backing off for that jump, probably a wise thing to do early on in this competition. As they come down to the water. This is a short wheelbase Toyota Land Cruiser. Next up is Thomas Racing, or the Swamp Donkeys. Mark Thomas behind the wheel and unlikely to back off for this jump. Let's see how he does it. Well, he slowed down a little bit for the jump, but still managed to get a bit of air. Next test is this water crossing. Coming into the corner very quick. Hitting that water very hard. And looks like he's got a little bit of water into the system. A lot of white smoke coming out the back. That indicates that it's probably got water through the intake manifold. Stopped here now. This is not a good sign for them. Seems to have kept it going. Still a lot of smoke coming out of it, but managing to get going.
Okay, winch is re-spooled, winch free spool is off, air compressor is on, four-wheel drives engaged, front locker is out, tyre pressure is adjusted, tree truck protector, neck braces are on, gloves are on, or my gloves are on, blue and on, and cameras are on.
I see
As you can see, we're on board here with the RBR, the Redbeard Racing team. Great to see them going through all those preliminary checks before they started the stage. We've got it all sorted out, these guys. Another Toyota Land Cruiser. Supercharged V6. Another Land Cruiser into the stage. This time it's an 80 series. Taking it very easy over that jump. This is Ben Hawke driving. It's an extra cab chop. As you can see, external roll cage. Coming into this water crossing. The water's very dirty, so it's very difficult to see how deep it is. Hasn't hit that hard, but certainly got some water into the electrical system there. Sounds pretty ordinary. In a whole lot of trouble here. Not moving at all. Certainly a lot of smoke coming out of that, but it's all steam actually off the exhaust. Having all sorts of difficulties with this truck. They run at a few minutes gap here, so the next truck will be here very soon, so they'll need to move that out of the way, otherwise they're going to be forcing trucks down the creek. And who knows what's in that creek. Here we go, Phil's getting out now. Looks like they're going to try and winch it out of the way. Not a lot to winch it onto. Only small trees along this creek bed. Might have to hook it around a rock or something. Starting to kick over a little bit now. Looks like he's going to get going. No, it's stopped again. At least they're out of the creek, which is a good thing, because here's Greg McDonald and Kingy, ARB Rockhampton GQ Patrol. Coming up to the water around this truck. Looks like there's nothing dangerous down in that creek, which is a good thing. Hitting that second water crossing fairly hard and around to the back of the property up towards the end of the stage. Nice clean run there from ARB Rockhampton. Now the boys are checking everything here, looking for where the water's in. Obviously a water problem. Going to try and kick it over again. Still not having much luck with that. Luckily this is the only water crossing for the weekend. Meanwhile, Hound Dog Racing are into the stage. Around to the water crossing and have to avoid Big Bird Racing again. Very wide around Big Bird. Get through that section nice and clean. Ben and Phil finally get that thing running. Still not sounding fantastic, but at least it's moving forward. Hopefully they'll be able to go and dry it out for the next stage of the day. Horny Racing are next into the stage. Mitchell Horn built this car. Hitting that hitting that water very hard, but no problems with water in the electrical system there. Absolutely hitting that water flat out. Truck still going very well. Bit of air as he leaves the creek area. Another GQ Patrol, Ollie. The Tree Huggers team hitting that jump pretty hard, managing to get quite a bit of air, but landing it nicely and round into the back section. Into the first of the creek. And hit this deep section. Straight through there without any trouble and around to the fence line for the run back to the finish line. The last team into the stage is ready to roll. Another Toyota 80 series with a chop. This is the modified class vehicle. This is a modified class vehicle, the only modified in the competition. Everybody else is in the open. Coming around into the water. This team has a name ready to roll, which is always a bit of a worry when you call your team that. And if you go and have a look at some of our other videos from the WTC, you'll see they actually did roll their vehicle. Have a look at the end of this video for some links and you'll be able to check out them tipping it over in one of the other stages. Thanks for joining us for Stage 1, WTC Round 3 of 2013.